I look at the good somebody insulting me. I'm gonna be wearing jackets inside. This girl was like, she's like, oh, have you been lifting? Damn, bitch.
This is cool.
I don't know.
Nah, don't worry. You'll be all right. You'll be good.
I like your Niger shirt.
I thought that joint was Degeneration X wrestling. I know Triple H and Shawn Michaels too.
Oh, man.
I was like, Fred hips, huh?
This energy when Lawrence came out is the reason why things got crazy.
I think that Lawrence definitely won that argument. Of course, you know, Issa hit him with some jabs, you know, talking about his, his whatever. Over time, she's still at We Got Job. She been there since she graduated from undergrad. Who the hell does that? Who still got the same job they had since undergrad? I mean, like Issa about to be 30. So we talking about at least a good 6, 7, 8 years. You've been at the same job, the entry position that you had since, and you got the nerve to talk about my man in Silicon Valley. Y'all in 2 different tax brackets.
Cool.
now is what matters.
She could have passively been like, really? Like, this is how you don't take my calls, you had sex with me, and then you just randomly up and left, I text you, your mail, all that stuff, and now all of a sudden you're just gonna pop up with another girl. I felt like Lawrence didn't do as much justice as I would like him to do in terms of...
In terms of what?
Yeah, he said some things, but it was just like, he was so adamant about finding out if she's still smashing cuz.
Because that would hurt. That would hurt. I feel like it hurts more when somebody cheats on you and they actually end up with the person that they cheated on you with.
Like, when we saw the beginning of the episode towards the end, right? Like, Issa went through some shit. Like, the whole conversation with Daniel, that was some shit. The whole just being at the dinner, seeing him with the new babe or whatever, that was some shit. So she was already at her ultimate low. So, like, Lawrence came in with a good state of mind. His friend, his new babe was there or whatever and stuff like that. So when the argument came on, he wasn't feeling, like, any type of way. Like, when he started, because honestly, that whole argument was Issa's fault, and I am Team Issa, but that whole shit was her fault, because all he came out there to do was to be like, are you okay? I didn't mean to do this and stuff like that. But nope, he's still a piece of shit, man or scum. But,
Oof, I know.
They're both completely out of line in their comments, and just their back and forth, it was not appropriate. Now, Lawrence is completely wrong for bringing a partner to the dinner. You shouldn't have done that, especially those are Issa's friends. You don't do that. But the way the conversation happened, it was just too personal. And Issa, she had no right to be mad at the end of it all, because she went below the belt and she brought up topics that you don't discuss, especially if you're holding somebody down for 5 years. Yes, he was being very lazy, but you don't talk about mental health as a way to kind of come back at somebody when you're upset. And so the thing is that she's been acting like a hoe. She's been talking about doing this rotation. She's been wanting to have a roster or whatever the case may be. Now when Lawrence calls you a hoe, it's a problem. So that one I don't agree with her. There were no winners at the end of the day.
Lawrence wins because he's standing on the side of truth. And like, if I'm a victim, dog, don't tell me what I can and cannot do. You cheated on me. He has seen pictures of her with Daniel recently. For all he knows, maybe he's walking.
They ran into each other. It wasn't like she was like, "Hey, Daniel."
He doesn't know that. He doesn't know that though. So for all he knows, he can go to this dinner, and Issa can be with Daniel. Maybe they're an item now. You see what I'm saying? She cheated on him. You see what I'm saying? So if he chooses to show up with the girl, that's his business. You are the one in the wrong.
Lawrence is fishing for information that you don't even need to worry about anymore, cause like, it is what it is. You were out here, threesomes, Tasha, now you got your nice little Dominican looking joint. So what you worried for?
No, but the thing about it now...
What are you worried for?
No, right now it's like, okay, from what I'm seeing it all is, he's the one that got cheated on. Let's really start there.
Okay.
He got cheated on. He has every reason to feel the way he feels. I can relate because I've been cheated on. You get what I'm saying? So he has every reason to feel how he feels. And I feel like you really would never know these things unless you actually go through it. So you really can't judge. That's one.
Okay.
Two, the questions he asked her were not to be shady or anything. Everything he said was genuine. Because I don't know if you guys remember, but when he went out with that gay-looking guy that helped him find the house, he was literally asking him the same question that he asked Issa. If you cheated on me, then how many other people did you do these things with? These are questions that he wants answers to. But he can't get it because they really never had time to really actually sit down to talk about it. Sometimes you have to just find closure within yourself. You don't need that person to really have a sit down to talk. Because if you keep waiting, you're going to be waiting forever. Sometimes you're really not even going to get an apology till years to come.
I guess it depends on the type of person you are. Because, I mean, it's some people who maybe have not the best self-esteem. So when things go wrong in relationships, they tend to blame themselves. So, you know, maybe when a relationship goes wrong and somebody does tell them, nah, it really wasn't you, it's me, I'm the one that messed up, that gives them that, satisfaction that, okay, you know, it wasn't something that I'm doing wrong. But for me, per se, I don't need closure.
Closure's not really my speciality, you know what I'm saying? I am better at other things in life.
Closure is needed. Timing is also important. I believe closure is needed once you feel like you're ready, even if you haven't had it before, once you're ready to enter a new relationship. Because if you carry the insecurities or the questions that, did I mess up on this? Did I not do this right? With you into your new relationship, that's a recipe for disaster.
So you're going to wait on that person? So if that person does not want to give you the closure that you need, what are you going to do?
The thing is, eventually, if you don't get that closure, fine, right? However, I still believe that it's important to get. If you can't get it, then you would need to find reassurance elsewhere. You would need to find someone who can tap into those insecurities and make them secure for you. Now, it all depends on how well, your selection process is. So I'm hoping you do that, but definitely closure, I believe, is needed.
I feel like at the end of a relationship, we all know why we broke up. And I don't feel like closure helps anything. If anything, it opens that door again to continue with an unhealthy relationship.
You definitely don't need closure. Like that whole conversation, let's talk it out and all that stuff, like that's not needed. What you need is time. Because honest to God, time will heal anything in this world. Like, we could talk about something or whatever, and then like weeks later, I think about this shit all over again, I'm pissed. Like, just because we had that conversation doesn't really mean like things were actually resolved. So no, you don't need that closure.
Yeah, like Fran said, time does heal everything. Even though when you think about it, it's just like, damn, like it's gonna take mad long. But like if you just sit there and just find yourself again, because I know sometimes when you're in a relationship, you lose yourself while loving somebody. So once you find yourself again and you know that, I didn't do this right, or even if I did something wrong, this time I'm gonna fix it. That's all you need.
That's response right there. Time heals all wounds, you know what I'm saying? I can snap my leg into 2 pieces. With enough time, it would heal.
But if you talk to it, maybe it might heal better.
Maybe, man.
Thanks for watching this video. If you like what you see, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. And please follow us on the Africanist podcast, Twitter, Facebook, slide in our DMs, Instagram, Iskaba.